What is going on, you guys? My name is Seapeekay and welcome back to another video on the All Things MCC channel where I'm your host, Seapeekay. And I am not wasting any time and I'm just getting into this video which is going to be showing you all the teams announced for MCC Knockout because they've changed how they're doing MCCs now. So without further ado, let's get into it. So very quickly, MCC have made the decision to stop using numbered events. So this will now no longer be MCC 36 or 37. I've honestly lost track. It's been so long since they've been back. And they're now going to be using words and names. So this one is called MCC KO, which is kick off. And I'm not sure how I feel about it at the moment. It feels a little strange to me, and I'm sure it'll change over time and I'll get more comfortable with it. But I think the logic would be, and I could be wrong, that if you see something that is on number 36 or 37 already, you maybe feel like you've missed so many that it's too hard to get into. Whereas with a named event, you don't quite see that same effect. Like, imagine if you saw a YouTube video that was like episode 48, you're probably not going to click it, right? Because you need to see 47 other episodes first. And I think that's implied with numbered names. So maybe that's the idea. I don't know. Maybe someone from Nox Crew will see this and they'll let us know. But we still get great teams and we're still going to have a great event. And I'm excited. So here we go. First team is the Red Rabbits with an absolutely awesome set of newcomers in here. We have Feinberg, Ollie the Orion Sound, Kara Corvus, and Chilled Chaos. Chaos and Feinberg is going to be their first events. I am so excited for Fine. I think it's going to be super sick. Fine is, you know, one of the best speedrunners. He's unbelievably goated at the game. He's been practicing for one day and he set like a 6-minute time on the Parkour Warrior practice server. The guy's the GOAT. I'm really, really excited to see him in MCC and see how he performs. Chilled Chaos, again, like an OG. I don't know too much about Chilled, but I just know that they've been in the community for a long time. And it's going to be super sick to see 2 new people added literally in the first team. Ollie and Kara. There's not much to say. You know these guys pretty well at this point. And this current format I'm using, I'm going to try and find a new way to do this. I mean, the team builder isn't updated as much anymore anyway. But I want to try and find a new way to do this just so it looks a bit nicer. Maybe something specifically for all things MCC. So I think I'm going to work on getting a template made. Maybe talk to a couple artists. So if there's any artists about, I'll maybe just get my own things done and do it that way. Because this has been unbelievable. This has been an unbelievable resource for me. And I cannot thank Ultra Sheeplord enough for what they did with the community with these team builder forms. And especially, we've used it exclusively pretty much since we started All Things MCC. So, but maybe it's time for something a little new, a little fresh. And speaking of fresh, let's look at the second team. Next up, we have the Orange OCElots, made up of Shadoon, Orange Juice, Solidarity Gaming, and Dark Eyebrows. I don't know why their pictures aren't loading. But I'll tell you this right now, I'm in a mega rush today, and I'm not going to edit the pictures in. But you know who they are. Visualize them. Visualize the people. This is a very cool team. Orange Juice on Orange. This is a shock. First time this has ever happened. So I'm completely alarmed by that. Good to see Michaela back in. Shadoon, I definitely would say, is going to be the sort of lead for this team. But a generally good all-round team with Shadoon definitely taking the sort of top spot, I think, and will likely be a little bit more of like a leadership role. But all-round, good team. No messing about. Team number 3. Honestly, I don't know why, but this team just seems really familiar to me. I feel like it's just like the crossover of players who play with each other quite a lot. We got the Yellow Yaks, made up of Fruit Berries, Critic Zeus, or Critic Zeus. I actually don't even know how you say his name. Vigumi, and False Symmetry. So, another good, strong team. I feel like we've seen Fruit team with these people multiple times before, and maybe that's why it seems so familiar to me. Do you think we're going to see a similar thing to the previous team, where we're going to have Fruit sort of taking the lead? But this is wild because it's been 5 months since, you know, the last time we all played in an MCC. And I know I've been streaming a lot of variety stuff in that time, so I'm definitely rusty. So I don't know what everyone's been doing. Maybe everyone's going to be a bit rusty. Maybe the whole event's going to be different, and we're all going to struggle, which is why, I mean, these predictions I'm going to do at the end of this video, which is why you come here, so you can be mean to me, they're going to be even more random than normal. So I really can't wait. Next up, we've got the Lime Llamas, or as we're calling ourselves, the Lime Limpers, because we're all old. Me, H-Bomb, Iskal, and Cub Fan. I think someone worked out that the average age of our team is 33.5, which makes us older than the Pink Pensioners who existed before. So we are currently, I think, the oldest average age team in MCC. I'm 31 at the moment, but by the time MCC happens, I'll be 32. So things are not looking good for old Seapeekay. I obviously unbiased believe that we have a very strong team. I think that we're a really good all-round team, and I don't think we necessarily have like one big standout player. Debatably, it would be H-Bomb. H-Bomb's definitely had a lot more pop-off events than I have, but we all do consistently quite well. Iskall is back. I believe it was like MCC 5 or MCC 6 the last time we saw Iskall. And I know he's been keen to get back in, and here he is. So overall, I think we're going to do quite well. We've got a good vibe with us. 3 of us have played in Vault Hunters a bunch together, so I'm excited for this team. I do think we might be one of like the underdog teams who does kind of well, even though people are like, wait, I thought they were going to be middle. Or we're going to absolutely tank. There's no middle ground for me, is there really? The last team of day 1 was Fire Breathman, Smallish Beans, Good Times with Scar, and I don't know if you pronounce this Exuma or Zizuma or Exisuma. I'm just really bad at this name, and actually I actively avoid saying it when talking about like content creators because I'm scared that I'm going to get it wrong. So I've decided to do it publicly so you can all berate me in the comments of this video saying, you're an idiot, here's how you pronounce it. But then I'll learn and I'll never get it wrong again. I think this seems very strong. I don't know how I'll call them X is going to do. And we have a pretty good grasp on where Scar is with gameplay right now. So I think Fire Breathman and Smallish Beans are definitely like the big duo here where they are going to be very, very strong together. Joel really came into his own in the last season. Fire Breathman's always just been the GOAT. It's almost effortless. It's actually very frustrating. And he might actually be more British than me somehow, which is also quite frustrating. But I love this team. I think they're going to do great. Fire Breathman's the GOAT, and I love Smallish Beans. Thank you. The first team of day 2, which is not out at the time of making this, people are going to lose their minds, I think, because we have the Cyant Coyotes. Ant Venom, Ant Frost, Small Ant, and Elanant. Yes, that's what we will now say. This is going to be really cool. I also love that they're given like a fun name here. I'm assuming that's what they're going to call them on the announcement because that's what it said in the Discord, so I hope it's called that. Otherwise, I look stupid. Ant Venom, Ant Frost, goats, love them. Same for Elena. Small Ant being the new addition here. I think Small Ant generally is just a bit of a goat at games. So I think it's going to be really cool to see them compete. With the guidance of someone like Ant Frost, who's been in the event for a really, really long time, I can see this team doing incredibly well. Ant Frost is always competitive and is going to be coming out back in the first event. I assume just trying to get that big, juicy, tasty coin. So going to be hype. I cannot wait to see them. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the new players perform. I think Small Ant's going to be a little bit of a goat. Next up, we have the Aqua Elott, made up of Pizza Hut, Captain Sparkles, Mythical Sausage, and Fwhip. This, again, another really great all-round team. I definitely think that this is going to be a team full of good vibes. It's going to be cool to see everybody playing. I know, same thing as I was saying earlier, I know Sparkles has still been playing on like a bunch of SMPs, same with like Sausage and Fwhip, but I know Pete's been streaming a ton of variety. Loads of TFT, all that good stuff. So who knows how rusty everyone is going to be. I think this is going to be a really, really fun event. And I'm super just excited for MCC to be back. Is anyone else feeling the same way? It's been months of pain, but we're finally back. Yeah, cool team. I love all these people too. They're all great. And I just want them to do well. I want everyone to do well. Why can't we all win? It's my question. Next up, we got the Blue Bats, made up of Kratzy, Hannah Rose, Erit, and Michael McChill. The Kratzy Hannah Rose duo. Bed Wars duo. 1.8 GOAT duo. I don't know what else we can really call them at this point. I don't know. I just know that they're both really, really good at the game. That's all I know. Again, this is going to be another incredible team. The experience on this team is wild. Michael and Erit and Kratzy have been in this event for as long as I can remember. Kratzy literally since MCC 1. And Hannah Rose was definitely one of the, I think, most underrated newcomers of the last season, where I still don't think they've reached their full potential yet. And I still think we're waiting to see that. And this could be the team that it happens on. Gonna be a blast. Gonna be fun. Gonna be competitive as hell. I'm scared of this team massively in PvP games. But who knows? Maybe there's just no PvP games in this event because it's the first MCC back and we don't have a clue. Second to last team we got today is the purple Pandas, Jojo Solos, Smager, Beckyamon, Gucky. Gonna be massively good vibes. Again, I know Jojo's really competitive, and I know that Jojo's gonna be pushing to try and do their best in this event. An all-around good vibe team. You know it's gonna be fun with the likes of this team. They're all great fun. They're all good people. Cool to see Gucky back too. I think it's always good to see like people who were sort of newcomers coming back and getting another shot and doing well. It's hype. I'm ready. I don't know why the pictures aren't loading, but they're just not. Let's get into the final team, which you'll have seen somewhere by now, but is going to blow your mind if you haven't. That's right. It's a no picture team. The Pink Parrots, made up of Tango, Impulse, Etho, and Skizzleman. So the only two people we have seen in this event so far are Impulse and Etho. But it was a little while ago that we saw Etho. And by a little while ago, I mean almost a year ago, really. I mean, well, not technically, not really. I mean, it was like August 5th. It was MC 33, which wasn't that many MCCs ago, but it just feels forever ago. But Etho's only completed once. We've had Impulse in a couple of times. Tango and Skizzleman being the newcomers. I think this team is definitely going to be a fan favorite, and we are going to have to wait to see what they can do on May the 4th be with you, when MCC Season 4 launches on Star Wars Day. So I'm expecting to see everybody dressed up in Star Wars costumes. I probably won't, but everyone else should. Okay, so now it's time for my team predictions. These are literally a shot in the dark, and I'm throwing a big curveball for my own bias here, I'm going to be honest. But this is what I have gone for. Pink 10, Orange 9, Red 8, Yellow 7, Green 6, Purple 5, Cyan 4, Aqua 3, Lime 2, Blue 1. I believe in this team. I think this team is going to be unreal. But what I will say is, I really am going to try this season to when we get the games, I'm going to update my predictions in the comment section of this video. So make sure to bookmark it so you can come back and see my updated ones. This is a shot in the dark, and I know people are going to be really upset that I put Pink in last. I think what we've seen so far is, obviously, we've only seen one Etho performance. Impulse came in, finishes generally somewhere between 23rd and 35th-ish. So I don't know enough about how good Tango and Skizzleman are. So I'm spitballing on the fact that it's a predominantly new team. So please don't murder me. I mean no disrespect, guys. It's never that deep, I promise you. Same thing, I put Red quite low, and that's just because I got two newcomers, and I think Fine will statistically be their strongest player, and he still sort of has to learn all the games and stuff like that. So there's no ill will, and I'm wrong all the time, so please don't hate me. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I have been Seapeekay, host of all things MCC, and we are so back, baby. Woo! Like and subscribe. I only did that so the button glows because of that update. Subscribe. Wow.